Be here for the deeper things of God and see what God will do in your life. Don't use this precious time in your life to chase something. Let Him do those things for you in your life. Shauna and I don't know why I'm going there now. I'm just going there now. But I'm telling you, Shauna and I never believed in courting. Not because we don't trust people or we want to impose on people the legalism of thou shalt not court. We didn't believe in it because it's a mess. Because if there's a young man and a young woman and you're looking at them in any other way as a brother or sister, you're out of line. And if you've given your life to God, you've got no business busy trying to choose, have a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or choose a relationship that you don't know God's chosen for you. You've got no business. If you're standing in front of me telling me that God has called you, you've got no business. Absolutely no business. And I take that to the older people too. When it comes to business and it comes to whatever you're doing with your life, stop already. You don't have the right. There comes a place where your dedication to God means you don't have the right to make your own decisions anymore. Do I work there? Do I leave the job? All of these things. You don't have the right. I was talking to a young man on a phone call this afternoon, and you know, if you're going to ask me to tell you the truth, I will, you know. And this person today was busy telling me, I said some stuff, and he said, well, let me explain the reason. I said, if you're called of God, you have no right to exercise any reason why you're not walking in the call. I'll tell you a story right now about a friend I've known for 30 years. One of the most anointed people and one of the anointed. Well, no, it's more than 30 years. I think I've known him for, it's over 40 years. We met when we were in our, I met him when I was in my early 20s. And he is one of the most called people I've ever known. Also one of the people that happens to have one of the closest relationships with God I've ever known. So see, let me tell you something. You can be intimate with God today, like the glory is all over you like confetti. And tomorrow you can make one dung decision. And you turn that confetti into flies' eggs overnight. And see, the trouble in this life is you may never get the opportunity to undo. Or let me rather say it this way. The damage you do in one wrong decision, you may never be able to get those years back. And don't come and tell me, Prophet Vaughan, God redeems the time. If God redeems the time, imagine what you could have done with the time you threw away. So just so this young man, you know, he was a friend of mine. And one of, not by prettiness and sweetness, and because this guy came out of a rugged family. Let me tell you, this guy, he was 14 years old driving in the car with his father when his father took all the change out of his pocket, threw it in his hand and said, count this for me. And he was on his way taking him to school. And his son counted the money and said, oh, there's like 52 rand and 32 cents here. No, I mean rands. This was in rands. This was in South Africa. So he counted it out and said, and that's how much money there is there. And the father took the money, put it in his pocket and said, good, you can count money now. You don't need any more school. Parked on the side of the road, told him to get out the car. You can hitchhike home. I'm going to the pub. That was the life he had. Sometimes they'd come back from work and the father would have got drunk in the house, and he'll take out a rifle and start taking pot shots at them, and watch his children run up into the mountain while he shot at them with a rifle. Family of total serious crooks and nut jobs. That's how he grew up. He had every reason to be a mess. Wasn't. Loved the Lord. The most anointed person, most called person I've ever known, most called friend I've ever had. And a lovely guy. We're still great friends to this day. But I was there the day he met a young lady in his mid-20s. And God told him, don't marry this girl. And he's a year older than I am. I'm 57. And he still hasn't served God in full-time ministry, not one day. But he should have been doing it before me. Because he disobeyed and he allowed the girl to seduce him. And he married this young girl. And he got railroaded from his calling for over 30 years with a messed up marriage. We'd sit and pray with him in our house, and his wife would start throwing fruit through the windows. She'd start manifesting and breaking windows and breaking glass. And you can still see the call of God. He's an awesome guy. He's one of my closest friends I love so much, but should have been in the ministry many years ago. And he's so prophetic, man. We'd never, ever been on TV. I was in Missouri, phoned me in the middle of the night and said, I saw a vision. And a mighty man of God in South Africa said, I saw him give you the mic. Within 14 days, that guy was giving me the microphone and I had a relationship and we were on TV. And I never knew a guy. Just imagine, like I phone you tonight and tell you that I saw Kenneth Copeland give you the mic. And within 14 days, you're in Kenneth Copeland and he gives you the mic and you're preaching on his pulpit and you're on his TV channel. That's exactly what it was like. That's how prophetic and how in tune. And I tell you what, he prays more than I do. He's up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and when he prays. All the prayer in his life was not able to undo the mess of the disobedience of one wrong marriage. So I don't want to see not one of you throw your calling away through one lost decision, one messed up decision. So if you're being discipled by me in this ministry and I know you're messing up, I'll take you on your disobedience. But speaking to young people specifically, don't go step into a road that you know that you don't know. You don't need to put one foot for one moment on a garden path you don't know the end of.